For the first time since televangelist Robert Schuller began preaching 57 years ago, he and his family have no connection to the Crystal Cathedral in Southern California.
The ministry and its Hour of Power TV program have fallen on hard times. We want to welcome CBS News correspondent Brian Rooney, who's in Los Angeles with that story for us this morning. Brian, good to have you with us.
Thank you very much. Erica, back in the 1970s, in the formative days for Robert Schuller, there were about 50 megachurches in the United States. That would be churches with an attendance of maybe 2,000. Now there are 1,300 of them. And it was really Robert Schuller and his television broadcast and the Crystal Cathedral that parted the waters for the churches that followed.
The cathedral is one of the most recognizable churches in the country, designed as a window on God. And in his prime, the pastor who built it towered as high as his church.
This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice.
Robert Schuller drew international recognition as one of the first to spread the word from the electronic pulpit, one of the first of the televangelists.
Hour of Power.
Schuller said, if you can dream it, you can do it. His dream built a ministry that once reached 20 million people around the world. But this Sunday, the ministry returns to its roots with a sermon to be delivered by Schuller's daughter in the movie multiplex across the street. She and the extended Schuller family were forced out of the church her father started.
It's not maybe the story or script that you would want to write for your life, but it doesn't matter.
From a peak in the 90s, the cathedral's aging congregation dwindled. The recession hit and income dropped by a third. Elaborate holiday productions helped push the church to bankruptcy, and the cathedral was sold to the local Catholic diocese. It's devolved into lawsuits, and Robert Schuller's only son is estranged from the family.
Did you go too big?
I don't think so. I think I'd rather grow too big and implode than not try to reach all those people.
Last Sunday, Sheila Coleman delivered the last Schuller sermon in the cathedral. She plans to take her message and her father's legacy to the internet.
I think the era is coming quickly to a close in terms of television. But you can get a message and put it on the web, and I think that's the future.
As many as 75 million people a month still watch Christian programming on television. Megachurches are growing, but their income is shrinking. The fall of the House of Schuller could be a harbinger. Robert Schuller has announced he's broke.
It's been a humbling experience for this dreamer who never quits.
Could lose his home?
I don't know. I don't know the details, the fiscal details.
He hasn't come to the kids yet for help?
No, I've offered. I actually offered.
And he said?
And they said, not yet.
But she has to sell her home because she has no income. And her new ministry is unlikely to have the reach on the internet the family once had on the airwaves.
You take and you do the best with whatever you have. That's what my dad taught me.
We spoke to some members of the congregation yesterday who said they would follow her anywhere, even to the movie theater. The rest may have to resort to Google. And it was interesting, Charlie and Erica, we asked her whether it was heartbreaking to leave the cathedral, and she said it was, but it's not about the building or a place, it's about the message, which they can deliver anywhere.
Brian, thank you. Good to have you with us here.